This message is for USA President. Today's date, April 26th, 2026. I have been writing to you at whitehouse.gov for some time because I don't have any other alternative. Everybody else are criminalized or terrorized by domestic terrorist FBI and such kind of terrorist organization. I came to know that domestic terrorist FBI has been attacking us for decades from the McAllen, Texas Police Department when my car was parked on Jackson Square apartment complex, McAllen, Texas, in front of my apartment actually. And that car was heavily damaged, body, right? It's huge damage actually, right? Terrorists did. And I went to get police report. At that time, I heard from the Oman voice, threat message actually, right? That how dare you are here, FBI damaged your car, and how dare you are here to get a police report, right? But thought this domestic terrorist FBI thought that this will means then I will be totally means will be backboneless or all those things actually, right? But it this I am doing whatever I can do, Mr. President. Each second I was attacked. I have been attacked each second. Now I am not going outside much, but still my home is also bugged. Everything is bugged by terrorists. They even know where I am located, exact place. They know. In apartment, McAllen, Texas, that apartment, oh man, each place is scanned, in my apartment. And now just list is millions of terrorist attack, right? That millions of terrorist attack I cannot list. I have to say just few. I want to say just to make this terrorism visible. Mr. President, that is my purpose. I know nothing will happen. Right? So far, nothing what? I wrote to Obama also, and I am writing to you. Right? I wrote Biden. What happened? Nothing. Right? It retaliates this terrorist. That's all. But I have been doing whatever I should do. Recently, I started putting on YouTube. Right? That is recently. Right? Because I didn't know all this nonsense even. I am not this kind of social media thing guy. I don't pay attention to all those nonsense. But I am doing this. What to do? Right? So I'm trying to make this terrorist attack visible. That's all, Mr. President. Nothing else. Now, they already killed my wife. And I have been attacked, for decades. We have been attacked for decades. And my son has been attacked since he was in the mother's room and till date. Now, terrorists, list few, right? Say one, oil change, McAllen, Texas, USA, right? I went for oil change, and then all of a sudden I found that my car is out of the that area, that shop area, means oil change area, and driving actually to the road, right? I think I forgot the name even today, right? So that is okay. So then means, and after several minutes that came back. Means I don't know, for oil change there should be a driving test or anything, right? It should not happen, but domestic terrorist FBI did it, right? Otherwise, do you think anybody will commit this crime? There is nobody on this planet is that inhuman, that stupid, that criminal, that terrorist, other than domestic terrorist FBI. At that time, I knew actually, this I came to know before at least 15 to 20 years back, right? So this is not the recent that domestic terrorist FBI has been attacking. But from my literature search, that's all it is saying actually, right? Because there are so many articles are there. Because there's a matching actually. Many things are matching. How they do, how they commit crime actually, right? This is a criminal, how the terrorism works, right? Domestic terrorist FBI terrorism works. So then that I knew, right? Because I did literature search, right? From there, because in the beginning I was puzzled, right? So anyway, so forget about that. So then, and after 3-4 years, I discovered that because that is the first time actually oil change police took the outside, right? I found that in my trunk, right? When I opened the trunk and then removed there is a cardboard, all the things I removed once, and I found there is a black thing, sticky things, right? And so then oil change material, the waste, put that in my car. Who can do it? Who will be so sick other than domestic terrorist API on this planet? These terrorists did it. Who can do it? Nobody. I means everything. Means for waste or everything is included for oil change. This domestic terrorist API is so dangerous actually. When I go to any shop like this kind of service place, right? No matter this is a Toyota Corolla service place, this or what, right? Means there is means doesn't matter actually, or Connors, or I think that was the fire station or something name, right? McAllen, Texas. I used to go there, right? So all those places actually, right? Even Walmart also I did oil change, right? Or this means, and there are so many means, I think Firestone or something name. So that I used to go. Actually, my car is Honda Civic. There is no problem, because they work. If this domestic terrorist FBI does not create problem, there is no problem actually with the car, right? Just a little bit here and there, all those things. There's some, right? Means whatever I should do actually, right? So those are the things I did, right? With those kind of places. But even just going there, and there will be so many prostitutes will come. Now define prostitute. What is prostitute? Prostitute means who can be a person having no character. They can be used by domestic terrorist FBI, this kind of terrorist group, by threat or the bribe, give some money. So those are the actually prostitutes, and mainly these terrorists use actually female, right? Male also, it doesn't matter actually. Male, female. This terrorist group is dangerous. They use even any age, right? Even a baby to the dying, right? So this is a dangerous situation, Mr. President. Now terrorists. So this is just one I listed. Now, say I used to park the Jackson Square apartment complex, the parking lot, in front of my apartment actually. Now I cannot enter my car because domestic terrorist FBI put vomit-like materials, vomit, or poop, dog poop, all those things actually. Even a diaper. How many times they did this? Thousands of times on the parking lot. Or some lubricating things. Right? Means you cannot, because you cannot, by looking at this, you cannot understand actually. But from a distance, you will understand actually, because I am a chemist, right? So science means some understanding I have actually, a little bit, but very little. This has no, because it is difficult. It is impossible actually, almost, right? That whether the material has a lubricating character or water, right? Means little bit I have some oil, So those are the things. Or broken glass places. Even broken glass places on the back, front, everywhere, right? Means you cannot enter the car actually. You have to jump. And I have to go to teach, right? And and maybe this is 7 o'clock or something class a.m. So I have to start probably 6:30 or before that even, right? So then, and also these terrorists also even turn off the lights, parking lot, turn off the lights, right? And I need to keep my flashlight, all those things. Means for the time being, actually, when I'm out, at that time, those are off. They know my schedule. Everything is known because this is publicly known, actually, right? It's not that they have to. Even our chair, Dr. Cottage, will help, or those kind of chat table who are there, actually, they can also help. What is my schedule, everything, right? So, but again, those are available publicly available, right? So then people can get it. My syllabus everywhere is there, right? Well, right. So then these terrorists knew actually what is my schedule, everything, right? So, so those are the things actually. Even in front of my apartment door, also these terrorists used to put dump dust, all those things actually, even poop. Even glass pieces, even lubricating things, used to put. How many times happens? Thousands of times. In my apartment, so many gas smell is coming. Sometimes smoke is coming, right? Smoke is coming, right? Sometimes say chlorinated chemicals. I'm a chemist, so I have some feelings. But again, I cannot demand that I can understand everything. No, it is nonsense. But I have, because I used to many chemicals, right? So then during my research, all those things. So because of that, actually, right, I have some kind of misunderstanding, right? Again, I went to different labs, even my friend's lab, all those things, right? Beside me, doing research, right? So then I know that what kind of chemicals they're using. So there is a smell actually in the lab. You will get all those things, right? So then, right? So I figure out actually what kind of right? If you use thiol, all those sulfur-containing compound, right? It has a smell, right? So you will understand that, right? No matter what you use, fume hood or whatever, it comes, right? So again, so the various ways I have some feelings, all those things, right? It is not just one lab, many labs I used to go, right? So then I know that, right? So so I have some idea, right? Even so, then what I am saying, there is no quantitative anything or qualitative taste or anything is there actually, right? So those kind of smell, sulfur-containing materials, right? Sometimes chlorinated materials. Those are, right, domestic terrorist ABI used to put in my apartment. Sometimes even garlic smell, right? Even my office area also sometimes this terrorist put, right? In my car, gas smell is coming. How many times I've done? Thousands of times, right? Thousands of times. Gas, man. So I have to open my windows, all those things, right, to ventilate. Now you're driving in a car. Now terrorists used to put actually. On the highway also, terrorists put huge object, right, on the road, right? God saved me actually. Once we are coming actually from Houston area to the McAllen, and domestic terrorist FBI put one huge material, huge, on the highway. The speed, I think it was speed limit was 70 or something. Right, but it is not that crowded actually, right? On that day, I found that it is not crowded. This terrorist put for the time being, and we are coming, and God saved me. From a distance, I looked, and then I went to the other lane. Means we would have been done actually on that day. Whole family, right? Everybody was there, right? My son, everybody was there. Terrorists used to do those. And I used to go to Oesleco, McAllen to Oesleco, right? They drive every day for some time, for I think a couple of years, or I think 3-4 years I needed to do that, right? I used to teach that on that campus. So, South Texas College, right? Now, and then I need to drive, right? I used to live in the McAllen actually. right? And the terrorists used to put all those things. Even they cut my tires. Domestic terrorist FBI cut my tires. You know, put punctured. There is it's a new, huge, Texas roads are very good actually, everywhere actually. It is not that here the weather is too bad, right? But Texas weather is not bad actually, right? There is no rain much, right? So, or snow, all those things. So then and this is very new highway. So then there is no problem with the road or anything, nothing, right? But domestic terrorists used to break my glasses actually on the windshield glass, right? So this is to do, right? And now, so many times did, one tire is punctured, right? New tire actually, right? And I have insurance also, right? When Costco or all those places actually, they have some insurance thing, right? So then God saved me, right? And then I needed to wait for AAA, all those things, and then came back, and then they gave me a real new tire again, because the insurance, right? I paid the insurance. So it means I had insurance. So when I changed all those, right? When I changed all four, right? So then I have insurance because there are those kind of dealers, right? So they do all four, all those things. That's okay. So it happened, right? Means terrorist, nothing is safe, Mr. President. This now. So many, means list is huge, Mr. President. Even on campus, right? Means South Texas College, right? Campus. Now, say after office hours, all those things, I'm coming near the evening, all those things, right? That domestic terrorist area is to put lubricating material on the floor. Numerous times it happens, Mr. President. God saved me. Somehow all the time actually, they could not manage, right? To make me fall actually, because I noticed and I did whatever I have to do. They use even generator, all those things actually to work, but they don't work during the work time. They do in the night. Even if I have a night class also, even that class ends at 10, they should work after 10 p.m. It does not happen in human society. They cannot put all those things actually. And then put, and there is nothing actually. There is no signal that these terrorists put anything, because signal was there, just removed at the time when I was coming. Everything is everywhere. Camera is there. Terrorists know where I'm at. Terrorists used to attack even with moving objects in my camp, on campus, in my office area. Means how many times it happens? Millions of times, Mr. President. They used even in violently moving bodies, human-looking bodies, even, right? They could not use my students, but they use all those things actually, right? Means human-looking bodies as a weapon to kill me. One time that collides, right? So somehow I could not anticipate actually, right? Most of the times means because I have a flexible body, so then I somehow manage actually, right? And God showed me, right? So that I could do that. And one time, yeah, means they did it, right? But I was not injured, right? So that's okay. That's not okay. Means, I'm a professor, right? And everybody, means people understand. Students they understand professor, and they all understand all those things. So they're very careful actually. It is not that the students are bad, man. Students are not terrorists. No, I don't find anyone on this planet actually, most, based on my experience actually, most people on this planet are well behaved, at least to me, well behaved, right? Well mannered. Means, you understand that? Because they don't commit crime in front of a godly person, right? Because my vibe means it is change people actually. Right? Even though some people could be evil also did not show evil character. Only domestic terrorists by using all those, I understand all those. Because God tells these terrorists to put it. Right? Yesterday, the all day, This terrorist plot is what, this, I was coming out. I had only, I think, 2-3 stuff, but still I had a bag, huge bag, right? And so, and then in front of me, one customer, that fake customer was there. That customer also had so many stuffs actually, but without cart. If you don't have a cart, the cashier use their empty cart, right? Cashiers, they keep actually empty carts, put your stuff there, right? So that you can pick and leave, right? And what terrorist plot is that in front of me is done, right? Means the customer was done with this scanning, means, and then paid, but still the customer is not picking up his stuff, and that was also in the cart. And then the cashier tried to give me pressure, right? Sir, right? I didn't pay attention. I didn't even look at that. I am good at it actually. You understand, Mr. President? But since my childhood, actually, I am like that actually, because I understand, because God is always with me. I understand but this kind of situation I never experienced actually in my lifetime, right? It is not, this is domestic terrorist. FBI started for several decades, recent terrorist, not recent actually, decades going on. So I'm an experienced holder too. You understand that, right? A lot of experience. So I should get a promotion. You understand that? Now, so then that terrorist, that the fake criminal, that customer was not picking up those things, and so but I was not putting my stuff on the belt, right? I'm okay. So and so I don't pay attention, right? Because I have just little thing, right? So I was carrying those, and then the terrorist found that it is not working. So the terrorist left, took the stuff and left. Then I put, right, and then I put I had a plant actually, right. So then that I cannot put in the bag. You understand that? So I put the other 2 things in my bag, and then I paid. You got it? But right, as soon as I paid, immediately the cashier started putting things in the cart. You got it? So that it mix up. What you cannot mix up because I bought a specific plant, right? Unless you put another plant, then it is a problem, right? Now terrorist does it with my even bags. Means after they put those bags, like HEB, all those places, right? They give all the bags, right? They put my stuff in the bag, but the previous customer would not leave. They are putting, so then bags are mixed. You understand? How many times it happens? Thousands of times. Now this is now God has to save me. Now you understand how you know that which is your bag? How this is everywhere, every shop. This is a pattern of terrorist attack I have been experiencing many times. Even I at that time, means before several years, I used to eat even fish, all those things, fish, meat, all those things. Now I stopped all those wonderful things. You understand that? Taste-wise, very wonderful, right? But the body-wise, my body-wise, it is not good, right? So that's why I don't eat those, right? I stopped those, right? So at the time, even out of my fish, and that is very, because I love fish, I don't eat, that is okay, but, right, and even I don't mind, my fish is not there, right, when I came back home, to my apartment, fish is missing, because terrorists did those. Many times I did not go back, because if I go also, I don't know, probably, this is your fish, you already took it, right, and then could kill me. I think I never went. No, I never went, right? What can I do? How can I say that? What is the proof that I did not get that? This happens millions of times, not only fish. Fish I remember because that I really love the fish, right? Or meat, also what about chicken, because I don't eat other things. But I stopped all those, right? So some vegetables also, right? All those things, right? How many times have happened? Thousands of times. Stole my bag actually, right? Do not put the bag near the where in the cart. They used to put in the cart actually. They scanned all those things, right? They have a person to put those, right? And probably they put some. They did not put all, right? So probably means that's all happened actually, right? Otherwise, why I do not have? right? Many things, thousands of $1,000s, right? It happens, means almost each day, right? Almost each day, means you cannot manage those, means it is difficult, extremely difficult, Mr. President. Even they charge extra, write a bail paper. There are two kinds of bail paper, right? I bought the small one, right? And that has different price, and that is a big one was there probably, right? And they charge the big one, right? Avocado, there are also different sizes or different numbers also. Sometimes they even ask how many are there. Maybe I said 5, they charge for 10. Numerous times it happens, and then I stopped saying. Actually, I did not say. Now sometimes they say this is what, I don't say. It is ginger root or what, I don't say, right? But still, and they put some other things, right, in place of ginger root and charge something, right? You understand that? So then many times, means just a cheating business is stealing business every second actually, and it is extremely difficult to catch. And it is very difficult to even scan your receipt. I don't know. Most of the things I don't do. Although I know this is going on, because if I see that it happened, then I feel bad, right? So it is better not to look at those. And most of the times I try to not look at those actually, right? Or even I don't even check those, right? Sometimes I did, and then I caught that means what happens actually. I did not have whatever I bought actually, I spent, but I don't have the stuff. Domestic terrorist FBI did it numerous times. This is thousands of millions of times. You know, the millions cannot be happen, right? Right? It is not possible because, right? Because the human form of life is very short, right? So we cannot. At that may not happen, but thousands of times it happened, right? Please save us. List is enormous, Mr. President. Right? List is infinite. It is not millions, infinite, right? No, please save us. Please bring us justice. Thank you.